This is a Normal Nerds podcast where two very normal dudes talk about very nerdy stuff. Everyone else feel like talking about. I'm your host, Maxwell Cercio.
And I'm your host, who's not a furry, but knows a certain fish girl that could get it, Davis Bates.
This episode, we're going to be talking about the 4 champions of the Breath of the Wild. So sit back, relax, and welcome to the Normal Nerds podcast. All right, Davis.
Yo!
Still on Zelda week.
Yes, we are. It's approaching this point where you're getting... Yeah, are you like, what? Are you shaking out your pants right now, getting ready to go?
I'm so fucking bummed. I saw something.
He's bricked up right now, folks.
I was looking, so sometimes we look at Google Trends to help come up with podcast ideas.
Sure.
Smart idea. I mean, I do.
Yeah, I know. I do the editing. You're the ideas guy.
Yeah.
I do the technical work.
Make a majority of ideas. But in one of the Google, and I looked up Legend of Zelda trends, so like just to think of ideas, because like it's one of these topics that like, there's many of topics we could talk about in the show that you would very much enjoy, but only one of us knows about it.
True. That's very true.
And it's like, you know, if like we wanted to talk about Mistborn, I can't. Or,
you know what would help that, folks, is everyone listen to the podcast a little bit more so that we didn't have to work and could just work on this.
Yeah, if we had more time, it'd be great.
I'll go into those in a minute. So, yeah, continue on.
Yeah, if we had more time, I'd probably play all the Zelda games. Why not? But we could play so many new games that come out. Anyways,
I know there's so many. I still haven't played the newest God of War. That's really good.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
really good. That's really
Alex
getting
said
me.
That was really good.
I know. Everyone said
and
it's
the new
amazing.
Star Wars is supposed
everyone,
to be amazing
yes,
too.
And that's out now too. And I'm just like, I don't
actually
have the time.
Talking to someone today about it, and they said it's better than the Star Wars, the last Star Wars.
Really?
Yeah, they said it's even better. They said that they said you can like pick your fighting stance or something, or change your fighting stances better so you can fight better. I don't know.
Well, I didn't know. Yeah, I know there's a couple different ones I have now, but I didn't know how they work.
The dual
I literally
lightsaber speed attacks.
You know how you are with like I'm dodging all Zelda spoilers, all Zelda anything, and all that stuff. I've pretty much been doing that with that game.
Oh yeah, facts.
That and God of War. I don't know. I barely know the story of God of War 2, and I keep like
I don't know the story
YouTube keeps trying to do that stupid thing where it shows me. It wants to show me all the spoilers, and it's like I haven't played the game yet.
Yeah.
For Star Wars, so I keep dodging
Well,
those.
one of the things on the Google Trends, because I put stuff in Legend of Zelda, is the imprisoning war, which is a war in the history of Zelda. But the fact that it's really high up on Google Trends makes me seem like that Breath of the Wild's going to talk about it. And I'm kind of pissed that I learned that.
Okay.
Not Breath of the Wild. Tears of the Kingdom's going to be talking about it. And I'm kind of pissed that I learned that.
Okay.
But whatever.
Okay.
I wish I didn't know any of that. Also, I didn't, we talked about this before, but it was in one of the trailers. I think the second trailer, which I don't think either of us have watched.
Sure.
Tears of the Kingdom. It does show that the Master Sword is broken.
Oh, okay. Well, wow.
Yeah.
Ooh, wow. That's and Tobias doesn't just rip his way through. That's too bad.
That'd
be kind of cool.
Maybe he did. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Maybe he's the reason Ganon comes back. Ganondorf. Anyways.
Oh, maybe. And I just think they're going to unseal him. That's why he's back.
No.
But regardless.
But yeah, we're here to talk about the Divine Beast from Breath of the Wild. Not the Divine Beast. Well, yes, the Divine Beast. But the 4 champions. Technically, Link is also a champion. Zelda is kind of a champion too. But we're not going to talk about them.
Yeah.
Because Link is obviously the best.
He is the champion.
Yeah.
He's the GOAT.
Yeah. But we're going to talk about our favorite of the 4. Then their favorite powers, and then each of their divine beasts, which one were like the most fun to play, and
it's actually a very like relevant episode too, because it looks like in the trailers you get to like fight with them more, whether in flashbacks or something.
Them.
You don't think that's them?
No, I think that's probably just other Gorons and Gerudos and Zoros. They always all look the fucking same.
Oh, okay.
Every Goron.
Ooh, we got a little racism over here. Jeez.
I mean, every Goron looks like.
I don't know. All Goron lives matter.
Dude, Gorons look all the fucking same. They really. I actually don't think.
That's why they give Daruk a beard. That's the whole point.
Yeah, I think they like purposely make. I mean, Gorons have been probably. I think they're the race that's been in the most games.
Yes, they have. I was reading about that. They're like the goddess created them to be like special,
and they're always cool.
Yeah,
they really are.
That's awesome.
Eat the rocks.
This is chill people. I like them.
Yeah, but
just eat let's rocks start and climb.
Well, okay. So there's Daruk, Mipha, Revali, and Urbosa.
Yes.
Let's rank our order from just our favorite, our favorite ones to our least favorite ones.
Yep.
I think I'm actually interested. I think our favorite's going to be the same. Our least favorite's going to be the same, but the middle might be different.
That's fair. So
why don't you go first?
At the bottom, it's Revali.
Oh yeah,
fuck that guy. He's a douche. He's a douche. Just wants to bang Zelda the entire time. He's like pissed that Link is just like doing his job. It's like, get the fuck out of here, dude. You suck. You're dumb. Honestly, your Divine Beast is kind of stupid. I don't really love it. Like, probably realistically, it is one of the more stronger ones, but like, stupid. Yeah. I don't like how it perches. I think it was stupid when it perched. You know, when you take control, it comes back down and it just purges. So it's like, well, that's kind of stupid. How does that support the weight of a divine beast? That makes no sense.
Well, they're magical.
But they're also made of stone.
Well, they're science. But,
yeah, magic science.
But I was watching today because I love Legend of Zelda. I was just watching all of the cutscenes in order.
Of course you were.
Yes.
Okay.
And I didn't get through all of them because I had to leave, but I'm going to watch them when I get back to work tomorrow. Yeah, it was
instead of working, of course.
What?
Instead of working, of course.
I mean, I was working also, but our jobs
I'm just kidding.
But we could not be working it.
Yeah. If you told your friends about the podcast, spread it around.
Rivali, it's one where Zelda is doing like the ceremony for Link that she doesn't want to do, but she's doing it.
Yeah, because Zelda is Zelda.
Daruk's like, oh, she doesn't look happy doing this, and our boss is like, with her fucking abs, is like, oh yeah, she looked, and Rivali's like, this guy, I don't really like this kid either. He seems like weak and blah blah. I'm like, you're so fucking stupid.
Yeah, you're.
Then the next scene is when Link is at Rito Village and Rivali like shows him Rivali's Gale.
Yeah.
And he's like, and Link doesn't say anything, which just pisses off Rivali.
Yes.
And then he's like, if you don't want to say anything to do with your sword, blah blah. It's like, why don't we fight about it up there? And it's the divine beast. He's like, oh wait, you can't fly. I'm like, who cares?
Yeah, who the fuck cares? Who cares at all? Yeah. Also, your special ability is just you go up. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Well, we'll get to the special ability.
I know. No. Before we even get, I will. It actually has a different ranking than what I'm doing to it right now. But I will say it's like, get the fuck out of here. Like it's so like you all you do as a character, all you do is just move wind around. You flap your wings really hard. That's your big thing. Or Bosa calls down fucking lightning. She's so much cooler than you.
Yeah, she is so much cooler. And also like when he's like he discovered Rivali's Gale.
Yes.
Like that ability to do that.
Yes.
You're birds.
Yeah. How did none of you know how to do this?
I know. Yeah.
I don't understand that. And honestly,
the Rito are weird.
I feel like if the rest of them just flapped their wings a little bit harder, they would have achieved the same effect. Mm-hmm. Like it just goes up. You can already fly.
Yeah.
Makes no sense. Makes sense.
So you're on the bottom. What's your
third? He's at the bottom. He's garbage. Mm. My second is
third.
Oh, sorry. My third. I think I don't like to, but I gotta put Mipha there.
Oh, okay, we have the same exact list.
Okay, yeah. Because Mipha's great.
She's great.
Love Mipha.
She loves Link.
Mm-hmm. It's so sad.
It is so sad.
The whole story is just sad. She's such a nice girl.
I know.
She's so nice.
I know.
But Link only wants he wants a princess. Like I'm sorry. Like I know Mipha's a princess too, but like he wants a princess.
They were best friends when they were younger.
I know. Link's super cool with the brother. Like it's one of those stories where just like you just want to shake Mipha and it's like, find someone else. Be happy somewhere else, please. I want you to do so well.
There's a lot of times we watch anime or it's usually an anime harems exist, but there's a lot of times in anime where I'm actually like usually rooting for the side girl.
Yes.
Because the main girl usually is like
yes.
Like whatever. Like we're
talking about ReZero, correct?
ReZero is definitely one of them. Yep. Even though she did
she came out in season 2.
ReZero, there's a lot of shows where the main girl is usually that's like just her trait is she's just the main girl.
She's just there.
Mipha this time, I'm not on your side on this one.
I know.
Zelda is
amazing.
She has magical fucking powers.
So is Mipha, but...
Yeah, but Zelda has Triforce powers.
Yes, I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree.
But Mipha is
and Link and Zelda, like, their souls are entangled through time, essentially.
Yeah.
Even though we're reincarnated.
Also, it's never been addressed in the series, at least I don't think. If it has, you can let me know. I don't really know if races can mix.
That's an excellent question.
I don't think I've ever seen a Zoro Hylian child.
How has no one jumped on that?
I don't know. I think everyone just is just like, whatever.
You feel the world we live in. But
I guess because it's a Nintendo game, so there is really none. There's like none of that stuff.
Yeah, I guess it's true.
There's really no sex. There's really no sexualization, except for the Great Fairies. There's no sexualization.
Oh, Jesus Christ, yeah. Now I could use a little less sexualization of them.
In Breath of the Wild, but in Ocarina of Time.
Okay, I don't know what they're looking at.
Those pixelated boobs.
Regardless, so Mipha is just like Mipha is best girl. Well, not best girl. Mm-hmm. Yeah, is that the correct? Yeah, she's best girl. She's best girl, but sadly, Link is always meant to be with Zelda. So he just like I want to shake her the entire time, and she's super cool, and her she's actually very strong. Zoro. So I think that's very good.
And her dad's a badass.
Yeah, and her little brother's badass.
Yeah, the whole Zoro sequence is great. You get to talk to Lionel.
Yeah.
You get to do the cool like surfing in the water.
Yeah.
Thing.
I know that's not technically the first place you're supposed to go to, but like
it is the first place.
I thought
it's the one they direct you to go.
I thought technically canonically or chronological order you're supposed to go to Rito Village first.
No, that's just the move.
Oh, okay. All right, fair.
No, they do push you to.
Right. That makes sense then, because it does feel like a leveling up. Because you fight the Lionel for the first time, so you're gonna level up there.
Yeah,
like you gotta get used to fighting a Lionel.
Yeah.
And they don't call it a Lionel; they call it a beast on top of a mountain.
Yeah, which it's like you guys know it's a Lionel. But it is like 1, 2. There's a lot of lore there and stuff too. But Mipha's great, and then second Urbosa, obviously.
Yes, 100%. Urbosa is badass muscle mommy. Yes, 100%. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She's had abs upon abs.
They really were like, we're giving this.
It's like she
abs.
is going to look jacked.
Yes.
Like that is what a jacked woman looks like, guys. And it's like, holy crap. Yeah, she is definitely crush my head. She is quite amazing. I love. She is great. I like how she is with Zelda. I like how she is with when it comes to Link too, where she's like, oh man, like she like they all like minus the stupid fucking bird. They all like Link a lot, but she like is like Link's strong. I like that he's strong. So
yeah, that is.
She recognizes his strength pretty early on, and was like, I like that a lot. A lot, even though it's like. Zelda still like doesn't Link during the sequence of when you're like going through the flashbacks, and like Urbosa's like, nah, you're pretty cool, kid. You know?
No, yeah,
nice.
Yeah, that's like one of those scenes where Link comes up. They're on her divine beast, which I don't remember its name. Which we'll have to look up the names of the divine beast. But I think it's Ruda is the Mipha's. But they're on her divine beast, and Zelda's like sleeping, and Urbosa. It's like one of those good talks. She's like, you have to understand, Zelda's like, you know, she lost her mother, who Urbosa was best friends with, which is great, and all that kind of stuff. Blah blah. But then Urbosa's not in the scene, but this is one of the greatest scenes in the entire thing. Is when the Yiga clan show up to kill Zelda because she ran off without Link, and then the one goes to swing into her, and Link immediately blocks it, and he's standing there in front of her, and that's when Zelda turns her like whole. She starts to fall in love with our boy.
Because he can block swords.
Urbosa, she's badass. She's the Gerudo. I get it. The one guy you had in the last 100 years is pretty shitty. Yeah. So you kind of swore them all off.
Yeah. Pretty much a shadow of evil in the world. I get it. I get it on a level. But come on, you can't have all these like great looking girls there. And there's like
I know. They're all.
At least give us a chance.
I know. At least they are reproducing in ways.
Some ways, yes. Somehow. Yes.
They talk about it in Breath of the Wild. They mention it. Like some girls mention like going out and like strong men.
That makes sense. Yeah. That makes sense. Because then we do run into when we're in the fire area. We do run into, I think, a Garudon.
Yeah,
Gerudo. Yes, I'm going to call him Gordon so bad. Why are there two G species in this world?
I don't know.
Anyways, yes, so she's definitely a second, and, just not talking about the utility of her power, but just her power. She summons lightning from anywhere.
That's really cool.
It's fucking badass.
That is badass.
Like, just the scene where Zelda's sleeping and she wakes her up, she's like, calls lightning like a mile away. Mm-hmm. It's like, what is the range of this power?
Yeah,
like you could literally probably take over the world with it. So it's pretty great. And then of course, Daruk is the best champion in the entire game. Easily.
Well, we already established that.
Daruk is easily the best. He's best buddies with Link. Mm-hmm. Loves the kid. Super nice to Zelda. He's also like the guy that keeps the family together.
Yes.
He's makes the champion. He's the one that makes the champion. He just wants everyone to be happy and friends. That's all he wants.
Yep.
And to eat rocks. Yes. But other than that, he's great.
Yeah.
And he's so I was a big fan of those characters who are just like, we're a family. That's what we're doing. Everyone else is gonna be weird, but I'm just gonna be here. So I'm a huge fan of him. He's actually my avatar on the Switch.
Yes.
Yeah.
His sword is called Boulder Breaker.
That's sweet.
Yeah. So he's out of the 4 champions, he's the only one who didn't need any convincing.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Zelda asked him, and he immediately said yes because of his best buddy Link.
Yep, I remember that. Yep.
Where Rivali needed convincing, Urbosa she didn't know, and Mipha, sadly, the reason she didn't want to do it because she knew if she agreed, Link would fall in love with Zelda.
Yes.
Which
yes.
That and his divine beast was the one that took the longest to work because it's based off of the mind, and gotta love the guy. He kept trying and pushing. He's not the smartest.
No, he's not.
But he pushed through.
But he got through it. He broke through those boulders.
I was really watching the cutscene. He's moving his divine beast. He's like, I finally figured it out. After they all are figured out.
Yeah, they're all.
And he's like, I'm clearly the best at using this. Yeah,
Daruk's amazing.
His attitude's great. You're right. He just keeps the family together. He's just a good time. And honestly, like the little Goron region was like a lot of fun. Actually, I guess all of the divine, except for the Rito. Rito, that was like,
yeah, it was not. I thought it was okay. I just like, it was not my favorite one to be at. I will say, I think, it was not my favorite one to be at because I was panicking the entire time. When we were trying to get onto it, and you're just like falling through the air, I'm just like panicking the entire time, getting shot at. I was like, how do I get through this? So,
but
so not my favorite.
Now let's rank their champions' powers.
Their powers? Okay. So, I'm actually going to sadly, put Mipha at the bottom of this one. Her resurrection power, I don't know what it's called. It's like Mipha's blessing or something.
Yeah, it's called, I remembered it, but I forgot it. Mipha's grace.
Mipha's grace. It's a very great power. Who doesn't like an extra life? Everyone likes an extra life. It's very helpful. But you get to a point in the game where you're kind of not dying that much anymore. Mm-hmm. So it's really not that helpful in my opinion. Mm-hmm. You know?
I would agree that if the way I look at these is how well they scale throughout the game. Uh-huh. And hers definitely scales really terribly.
Yes.
And the only thing that one of the reasons I would agree, I'll put it fourth. She's great, sweetheart, and everything. But the only reason I'd also put it down there is because there's things in the game that already do this. And they're called fairies. And you can just grab them.
That's very true,
And unlike past Zelda games where you literally need a fucking bottle and you have a limited amount of bottles, in this game, you can grab as many fucking fairies as you want.
Yeah, you grab as many as you want. Yeah. I think the game does shut them off. They shut them off once you get like 4. But
really? Does it? I don't remember.
Yeah, you can go around to other shrines and they're not there.
Oh, but still, regardless, that's 4 of her things.
Yeah, exactly. And it takes us so much time for it to recharge. And it's like, it's
a great ability.
It's a great power, especially for early on, but that does not scale well at all.
Yeah, because sooner or later you're pretty much a god and you're just running around beating the shit out of her.
It's very true. Yes. So the next one up, I'd actually say would be Urbosa's power.
That's ridiculous.
I don't think it's ridiculous.
It's my number 1.
Oh, it's not my number 1.
I think let me to me it's number 1 because it's the one that scales the best. It constantly kicks ass. It constantly does mad shit to dumb damage. It does damage to big creatures, like
it does. I just found that I wasn't using it as much.
I used it all the time.
I used it a lot, but not that much. Like I found like there were times where I'd want to do a spin move and I didn't want to trigger the power, but it would still like just auto trigger on me. It's like I didn't like that. That annoyed me.
That would be annoying.
So there's not a lot of times where I'm like being surrounded by enemies like that, and so unless I'm using it on,
surrounded by enemies.
I know you did it, but that's where it was most useful. Like
it did mad damage to even big enemies.
I know it did. But I was already doing mad damage to big enemies, especially late game. I was doing mad damage to enemies.
I think it kicks fucking.
I don't think I actually don't even know if I used that ability against Ganon when we fought him. When we fought Calamity Ganon, the good version of him. Yeah. I don't even know if I used the ability once.
I started instantly with it. That was my usually go-to move with a boss. I would start with that.
Oh wow, yeah.
Because also it shocks him for a little bit, which is also great.
Yeah, that's very helpful. It's not a bad ability. It's very good.
Better than Rivali's Gale.
Rivali's Gale helped me traverse the world.
Get out of here.
Are you shitting me? Even in late game, that was like, oh my god,
late game, it was useless.
What?
Yeah.
I still climb mountains. It takes forever.
Yeah. You just jump up them.
No, my god, I didn't do that. I climbed them.
Yeah, and then you just throw yourself up.
Yeah. What?
You hold X and then you throws himself up the mountain. It takes a little more.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. And I just and then there's the mountains. There's huge mountains there.
It's literally Rivali's Gale beginning game. When I got Rivali's Gale was the last thing I got. And I was pissed because I was like, I don't even need this. This doesn't even do anything for me anymore.
I disagree. I use that thing constantly. Especially I thought it was just convenience at one point to get up to higher
I
things.
literally never used it.
I used it all the
time. I think I used it literally twice in the entire game.
Really?
Yes.
Holy shit! I used it a lot.
And I got all the shrines, so I could transport anywhere.
That's also I did that too. But then there's this nicks and cranes you gotta get to, and it's like I need to with it.
I did never used it. Ever.
I used it.
I literally think I remember specifically. I think I used it when I got the ability, and then I was like, oh. I was like, that was it? Oh, I could just climb up those mountains.
Oh, I thought it was exceptionally helpful in the game, no matter what stage I was in.
That's, interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. So I imagine that's your second.
That is my second, yes.
Okay, Rivali's Gale would have been my third.
Okay, fair.
And then Daruk's, Daruk's
protection.
So Bursa's Fury, Revali's Gale, and Daruk's
protection. I'm pretty sure, protection? Right? I thought so.
It probably is. Protection, yeah.
Yep. That's my number one ability, easily. I thought it was, so one, I never figured out the shield repel thing, or the shield counter that everyone else did. I never figured out how to do it at all. Not once. So that ability was imperative to me fighting Guardians.
Okay.
And on top of that, I felt I could use it so much better in the game, either fighting a Lionel or fighting. So I felt like it reduced all my damage constantly, because I'd always go into shield form and they would just instantly get hit back. Which I love the fact that they takes up to 3 hits, and then even when it does hit, it like knocks the enemy back. Because Daruk was like appear and stun him for a second. It's cool. And I was like, yes, this is awesome. And it's a 360 shield, which is that's always helpful. Yeah. So I thought I used that ability nonstop. I was happy when it auto activates when you put your shield up. That was like where I hated it, Urbosa's ability doing it. I love that Daruk's ability did it. So
I did like that. Yeah, no, I thought that was cool. And there were times where it definitely came in helpful. I don't think I've ever once used it in a Lionel fight. I
did.
But
once again, I got too uppity. I'm just like, you know what? Take this, and just knocks him back.
I don't. Yeah. I'm trying to think. I think I got that second. I think I got his second.
Well, his area is right next to the Zora area. I actually got his third, I think.
I do like his ability. I think it's cool.
Makes no sense, actually.
What?
Which, I'm sorry, cut you off there. I got his ability third, which makes absolutely no sense, I think, because that means I went to the Zora world, and then I jumped all the way over to the desert, and then I diagonaled right back to
wow. Yeah, that's really far.
Yeah, and then I went over to Revali.
I like it again. I think it's a sick ability. Once again, I think all of them except for Urbosa's become almost don't really do anything for me in the late game. Like I just don't need. I could go. I guess technically you could go play the game without all of them.
Yeah.
But if someone hit me late in the game, I was like, even if Daruk's thing was gone, I'd be like, okay, thanks, dude.
I guess you're not wrong there. You're not wrong there. But
so it didn't really do anything for me late in the game. But like, however, beginning of the game, it came in clutch. Yeah. When you're like a bunch of bokoblins, you're like their tree fort tower, and you're like, all right, let's do this. And it's like 2 silver show up, and you're like, I wasn't ready for this. And then a bunch show up, and they're all surrounding you, and you're like, all right, never mind.
Shield.
Yeah. So I definitely like his ability a lot. I think it's awesome.
Sweet ability. I love shields.
So that's your number one. Nice. Yeah. And then we are talking about my number one, Urbosa's Revenge.
So you had so yours was Urbosa's Fury is on top. Daruk's was second, and then Mipha.
No, then
Revali, then Mipha.
Yeah,
fair enough. Fair.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, fair.
Like I said, I will see, because I'm probably not gonna have time to finish this. I'll replay Breath of the Wild one day. I'm replaying it kind of right now, but they were like, go to Ruta, go to Mipha, blah blah, and I'm like, fuck that. I'm going straight to Rito Village. So if I go there and I get it, I'll probably love the ability. Because I'll be like, finally fly around everywhere. But when I already got it, I think I literally had almost every shrine.
Yep.
And because that's how I play, is like I go into region and I go, where the fuck are the shrines?
Fair. Well, that's how you level up your stuff.
So and my stamina wheel was all the way like pretty much full when I had it. So like I was like, I don't even need this. And I already found most of the areas.
Okay.
If that makes sense. Because I said I'd go for the shrines first.
Yeah.
So it's like by the time I had it, I was like, already. I was like, so it will be helpful when I don't know where. Like like I want to go over there.
Okay, fair enough.
But then, why didn't you look at this? Let me look at the phone there.
Okay. What are we looking at?
And the Divine Beast, which rank in the order of the Divine Beast?
Yeah.
Not based off power, just like
how interesting they are. I mean, include their powers in it if that sways you, but like not like what's the strongest, because I don't even know what I would consider the strongest. They all have laser beam abilities. So I mean, personally, I think I like Mipha's the most. Varudanya. Varuta. Sorry, Varudanya is Daruk's, isn't it?
Varudanya is Daruk's. Mido is
Revali.
Naboris.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess I'll start at the top. I guess I'll do this list different than the rest of them. I'll start at the top. I thought Varuta.
Yes.
The elephant was. I think it was my favorite. I enjoyed the puzzles in there a lot. I think it really helped me get the use of the Sheikah tech, because I went there first, so it was very early in the game for me. Same. So it was like a lot of ice, a lot of understanding that. And you get to ride little brother and shoot like electric arrows at it, which was fun as shit. Yeah, cool. And I actually think I like the overall just design of it. I think I like elephants. Elephants are cool.
Okay, sure.
And,
cool.
and second, I thought it was just I thought it was very interesting to see like how well they designed it and how it like stayed underwater most of the time and just flooded the Zora area constantly. Yeah. So I thought that was very, very, very cool design, very, very use of it, and I thought it sounded cool too.
Yeah, that would be my number 2. Nice. I love the mechanic of lifting up and adding more water.
Yeah.
And get some water temple vibes.
Okay. Oh, nice.
Always good. I enjoyed that. Riding the brother, great. Yeah. And like you're right, it was a cool looking one.
Yeah, it was very cool.
My number 1 would be Naboris. Urbosa's. I love that one. It's the most difficult one by far. Yeah. It has the most difficult Blight Gaiden.
Yes,
moves fast as shit.
Fair. That's very fair.
And that's the only reason I picked that one, because it was the only one. All the rest of them I went into, and I was like, I don't hate them like some people do, because they're like, they're not a true dungeon. They are not a true dungeon. Facts. However, the other 3 were incredibly easy. Like I don't disagree with that. Yeah, I thought they were all like it. I was like, I had fun doing them. They were like interesting, but they're except for
Urbosa's was a pain in the ass. Spinning those stupid fucking wheels constantly drives me nuts.
Hers was like actually difficult. I actually had to think. I never looked up anything in the Divine Beast, and I just did it, and I was like, this was fun. And then her Blight Ganon was the only Blight Ganon where I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
The other one, you had to like drop something on it. The other ones were like the one. I don't think it's Ruta's. It might
Rivali's what I thought was the easiest.
Rivali's is definitely easy. Yeah, Rivali's entire thing was the easiest.
Yes, I agree.
His is my bottom.
Yeah, fair.
Okay. Well, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is it is Daruk's.
Oh, Daruk's.
Yeah. I thought I liked the design of it. I like when it made its laser, it just opens its head up and just like I thought that was really cool. And when it first got introduced to it, I enjoyed that it's like one of the few that I know Naboris was also moving, but it was one of the few that was like just climbing around a mountain and actually moving and doing stuff. Because like Rivali's is flying and Ruta is just sort of sitting there the entire time.
It moves in the water.
So I thought the animation for it was the animation for it was sort of cool, and I like that you start out in darkness in it. Initially, I thought that was really fun.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a good aspect.
Just trying to get all that done. So that's why I walked in there and was like, "Ooh, I like this a lot." And just the fact that it was like in a volcano was dope. So
yeah,
that's why I enjoyed that one. But
I agree with you. I do like the darkness aspect of it too.
Yes.
Getting to it was a bitch. I always remember that. Just walking up the volcano trail and just like. There's just so many creatures that pop up, and you're like, God fucking damn it!
Could you just not do this for me right now?
Yeah, and you're like, just go away.
And it's like the problem is that they're not normal creatures. They're the guardians, the flying ones.
Oh yeah.
Those ones are a pain in the ass.
Yeah. I also forgot to mention this about
Ruta.
Urbosa's. I forgot one of the aspects I like it too is that you do the sand shield riding, and you have to knock it down its knees to get on it.
So Naboris is actually my 3rd for that reason.
Yeah.
Because I was like, that was hard as shit for me to do.
Oh really?
Yeah, my stupid animal wouldn't do what I wanted at the time, and it was so hard to aim, and that
I loved it.
Stupid like chieftain. All I needed was that damn helmet. And she decided to take it and did nothing with it.
Yeah.
She doesn't help you at all. She just rides along and like just sucks up lightning like it's nothing while you're getting your ass kicked by lightning. I'm
She's
just
a
like,
child.
What are you doing here?
I know. Go away. Also, I loved getting that helmet. That helmet
was awesome. But that was the first item where I was like, all right, fuck every other piece of the story. I'm getting that right now. Yeah. And it was
dumb as shit.
It was dumb as shit, but it's so worth it. It's beyond worth.
Oh, yeah. Because then you can go fight in lightning swords. Because the first time you're playing the game and you're like, it's like a lightning storm and you're like swinging a sword. You're like, okay, cool.
Oh,
and also your sword's like, and you're like, I don't know what that's about. Also, you're like,
oh my God. And then it happens again.
Yeah, I know. But when you have the helmet, you're like, bring it, bitch.
Yeah. And especially when you fight those little electric wizards too. It's like, I am your god now.
Also, when you're fighting a bunch of people and the lightning storm's coming and they're attacking you, you're like, bad place to be, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
But I actually like that. I love the sand seals surfing. I thought it was fun as shit. I wish you could have got a sand shield.
Yeah, that would have been nice. And like, it would have made it a lot more fun for like, one, I wasn't renting them, so I didn't have to rent them constantly. And then when you catch ones in wild, if you hit stone and they stop, they just leave.
Yeah.
And it's like, I want one that'll just stay around and be loyal. What the hell?
And now I'm stuck in the middle of the fucking desert.
Yeah, exactly. It's super hot here.
Yeah. And running here is really slow.
Yeah.
Unless you have the boots. But that's why I actually liked, enjoyed that sequence. I enjoy, so all of them you have to do something to get to it.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure Daruk's, they pretty much do like a trial up a mountain.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to. You have to shoot his descendant at the thing.
Yeah, and then Ruto's you do that. I mean, Mipha's you do that. Urbosa's you do that. And then I don't remember.
The Ritos you fly on the guy's back, but I don't remember what you have to. You go to the stupid archery range.
Yeah, training ground, right?
Yeah, and you have to shoot you have to hit all the targets. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, his was the worst. I would say this. I was trying to think. I think the one Blake Ganon that I thought was the easiest was Mipha's.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're like it's in a room with water, but they're just squares you can jump onto.
Yeah. I guess I'd probably say
hers and Ritos are like tied for me. I mean Rivali's.
Okay. All right, that's fair. That's fair. I still I give to Rivali maybe because I went there last. Maybe because I went there last is very possible.
I did go there last.
It was also just like I don't know. I just felt like I could have dodged all these attacks regardless.
Yeah, and it just
with the water one, I got hit a few times.
Yeah, and it would just like move away, and then you'd be like,
exactly, yeah.
Here's an arrow.
Yeah, and then it'd shoot it'd have a swarm attack at you, and you're just like, I'm gonna stand behind this pillar, and you can't do anything to me.
And I just remember his being so easy.
It was like
took
easy.
No time to figure out and super easy to do. And I think, and at first I thought it would be really cool because you're in the air, and I'm like, ooh, this is pretty intense, like really high up. But
yeah, for me, it's actually I had trouble with Mipha's, but I would actually say that his and Daruk's are tied for me because for easiest because I crush Daruk's every single time. Like it shoots some fireball or some shit at me, I'm just gonna like, boop.
Blake Ganon.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just talking about the dungeon aspect of.
I thought you were talking about the boss.
No, Rivali's dungeon itself was like so easy.
Okay.
I remember maybe because I was late game when I played it the first time, but I was just kind of like, this is so dumb. Yeah, click this. Yeah, click that. Oh yeah, we're good.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Move these things to make wind.
It's like, oh boy.
Where like at least like like I said, Daruk's is like in darkness.
Yes.
Mipha's is like moving water levels.
Yes.
And Urbosa's is just like a fucking kick in the teeth.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Remember you're moving the head at one point. I'm just like, what am I doing right now?
Yeah, no, hers was crazy.
It's insane.
But I think it's a pretty good rankings. I think we disagree on a few things, but like I feel like we're not like too far off.
Yeah, I think it's all Breath of the Wild. It's all good still.
Yeah, it's all
like that's the big thing.
So excited for Tears of the Kingdom. Yes. Apparently there is. I did look up one thing, but apparently there is dungeons. So
all right, there you go.
Let's go.
There you go. That's all you want.
I can't wait till there's a really difficult one, and you're gonna hate every goddamn second of it.
Probably. I despise puzzles. Puzzles are dumb.
Legend of Zelda is puzzles.
Puzzles are dumb.
I really hope the one thing. Oh, you know what's funny too? Side note before we move away from this is remember in Princess Mononoke how he has his arm is like demonized?
Yeah, you're talking about that. Yeah,
where we do. I don't think we talked on the podcast. We like how like Link's is like that too.
Oh yeah, and how the miasma and everything too, and all that.
It's just crazy that they literally did the arm thing with Link.
Yeah,
and I was like, wow, damn. Like
it's a great movie, man. Yeah, it's a great freaking movie. I love that movie.
And I didn't even look at it. I was like, all the dragons look like they're from Spirited Away.
That's very true. Yeah. I've never seen the original designs of dragons in Legend of Zelda, and they're like sages, and I'm like, they moved away pretty well from this. I think.
Yeah.
It's like that's a good idea because like in Skyward Sword, they're like sages or some shit like that. It's like good. Let's not do that anymore. So, I thought I think it's very cool they did it that way, and King of the Mountain on there too.
Yep.
Who's supposed to be the forest spirit?
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense for that world. That world just feels very naturey.
And then actually the video I was watching is like. Hayao Miyazaki's getting pretty old, but if anybody was going to make a Legend of Zelda movie,
that would be him. I'd be down with him. I mean, you already kind of have the groundwork. The Korok seeds are essentially like those tree spirits from the movie too.
They were also pointing that out.
Yeah, it's like move their head.
Except they've been around since Wind Waker, but
true.
Well, Prince Mononoke's been around forever, actually.
Yeah, it's been a long time. Yeah,
yeah. So,
but I don't think. Yeah. I don't know when Mononoke came out in the 90s. I'm pretty sure.
Wind Waker came out in 2002.
Oh yeah, that's very possible. Yeah, very possible then. Nice.
Yeah.
Cool stuff.
Cheers to the kingdom. Thank you, Normal Nerd Nation, for listening and maybe even watching another podcast episode. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Reddit, YouTube, and Instagram. Davis is always posting hilarious memes on there.
Also, like and subscribe while you're at it, and leave a rating if you have some time. It helps people find the show.